The thing about life is sometimes it's just not your day. But for Tottenham Hotspur, I feel like it is never, ever our day. Remember boys, there's always next season for us to lose again. Hey, NarendraTheComic here, and I'm not too pleased, but I suppose in some ways it was expected. The Carabao Cup final was today and it didn't go our way. We obviously ended up losing because that's just what we're really good at apparently. We've been good at it our whole lives. You know, I think it's a Spurs fan thing. It might not even be just the Spurs players. We're really good at not winning in general, in most cases. This is one of those cases where you look at it and say, are we ever going to win? And now I look at it and I think to myself, Kane, I can't hate you if you say I'm going to go. Son, I can't hate you because Kane looked done at the end of the match. Son was crying on the pitch. And I know why he was crying. He was crying saying this was the last nail, boys. That's it. I know we were outplayed. I know we were not the better team. But footballers do what they do for one thing. And that is to win things. That is really it. Winning matches, winning championships, winning trophies. That's the point. It's not always about the money. The money comes, the money goes. But it's about winning. It really is. And the way it is right now, I cannot see Spurs challenging for the title next year, the year after that, or the year after that. And by the time that comes round, Kane is probably not going to be at the club. Son is probably not going to be at the club. Lloris is not going to be at the club. Toby is not going to be at the club. And we're going to be sitting there with a pure and utter rebuilding project. And I don't know if I have the stones for it, all right? I've been a Spurs fan my whole life. I've been through the ups. I've been through the downs, I've been through the lulls, and I've been through periods where I have just logged off from football for like a year, 18 months. I've done it before. I don't know the reason why I exactly did it, but in general, overall sports just went out of my head. But I fell back in love with football after taking a hiatus from it for about a year, and Pochettino was the reason, my guy. I really believed in what he was doing, what he was trying to do, the process, the structure he was setting. And now it seems like that is just gone. It's gone. To be clear here, I'm not blaming this on Ryan Mason. He's doing the best job he can in the situation he's in. I do feel that he made a couple of wrong decisions in the match. I mean, when we were kind of taking the front foot after the first half had finished, going into the second half, I do feel that Spurs kind of had a tiny bit of dominance for about 15 or 20 minutes. Not a lot, but I do feel we were in charge of the game. And at that point, he decided to change it up and bring on Bale and Sissoko. And I think that was probably not the best move to make at that moment in time because we were clearly doing something right by keeping them at bay, closing them down and doing everything right on the defensive side of the game. I'm not saying that the changes were bad. I just don't think they were the best changes to make. But then you have to look at it and kind of say, were we really ever going to win this game? And I would say if we played Manchester City 25 times, we might beat them twice. You know, that's really the way I see it. And today was one of those days where the more it went on, the more the game continued, I said, we might sneak something here. But I wasn't expecting it. I was hoping for that. Toby had a really good game. Hugo had a good game. Son was practically indifferent. He had some very wayward passes. Reguilon as well, not playing the best. Aurier, though, good game up till like the last 10 minutes where he made the mistake. Classic Aurier mistake, right? Out of all of them, though, Moura was the pick of the bunch. He was someone closing down, trying to get tackles in, trying to win the second balls, trying to push us up the pitch as much as he could, single-handedly in a lot of cases. So I appreciate the effort that he put in, but it wasn't enough. And when the referee is having such a bad game as well, I mean, Paul Tierney had a shocker. Laporte should have been off in the first half. You could argue that maybe he wouldn't have made the second tackle on Moura after he had made the first one if he'd got booked for the first one. But those two challenges are yellow cards, which means he should have been off with a red before the second half even starts, and that would have changed the entire dynamic of the game. It ends up being Laporte who ends up scoring the goal at the end. Talk about rubbing salt in the wound. I would describe this game as yin and yang. Spurs were 90% defensive. City were 90% offensive. And then it came to be City's high press did us in. I mean, we were playing so well defensively. You can say we played shit attackingly. I 100% get that. But defensively, we were clawing stuff out, doing as much as we could to make sure we didn't concede. And again, it feeds my theory that Sterling is actually incredibly overrated as a player. He really is. I think he's good, but boys, His finishing is god-awful. But even with that, City did outplay us. They played us off the park. It's just how it was. I can't change it. You can't change it. They are just the better team. It's categoric. When they have someone like Foden, De Bruyne on the ball there, I can't really ask any one of our players to do anything better because Foden really does have that spark. I was dubious. I really was. Same thing about Grealish. I wasn't sure. Declan Rice, all three of those guys have proved me wrong this season at different points. And I'm really impressed with all three of them. If there's one thing that's good come out of this, it's that Phil Foden is really the real deal. I have to give it to Lo Celso though, because he played much better than I thought he would during the game. He's still coming back to match fitness. I haven't been convinced when I've seen him over the past couple of weeks, but he created a shot out of nothing, almost went in, did as good as he could, and then Hjorberg missed an absolute sitter. We should have scored there. Hjorberg just didn't want to take on the shot and be the guy who missed. And I thought he was the ballsy one. I thought he had the cojones. He doesn't. He doesn't have them. He's Danish. He's like a Danish pastry. You don't have him. You don't have him. He's gutsy, but you don't have the balls. And then, as I said, it comes down to an Aurier mistake. Even though he played so well for most of the game, he ends up mucking it up right at the end. And, I mean, you can't hate it. It's just his nature. He can do everything right. Flip a switch and he's done. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there. If you didn't, then Aurier is going to come after you, right? Mess up your life, just like he messed up this game. I'm joking. It's not really his fault, but he did mess up that point. Aurier is going to come after you. You don't want that. You really don't, so just subscribe anyway to avoid that. I've been NarendraTheComic. You've been great. We'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. Been doing it every day for over 1,000 days now. We ain't stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. Pop back in tomorrow for some more quality shitty content. So hashtag never not here. Just how it goes. Also bring the podcast. Podcast means nonsense in Punjabi, and we also bring that. We bring a lot, we bring a little, and you know how it goes. It's absolute shit. See you tomorrow. Skadoosh.